Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have retained their ducal titles but were told not to use their HRH styles following their departure from the royal family. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been warned there is a very real possibility they could be stripped of their titles of Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The couple have fueled speculation about the king reconsidering their positions in light of their repeated attacks on the royal family. The change would require the creation of a new law, but a Conservative MP last year suggested he is prepared to bring forward legislation to strip Harry and Meghan of the titles. And a royal insider claimed the king is now pondering his next move in the aftermath of the release of Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, this week. They said, "There's a very real decision to be made, of course, with respect to whether or not the Sussexes get to keep their titles. The way to strike back would be to approve a measure whereby Harry and Meghan are stripped of their titles, and that's a very real possibility, certainly if the toxicity doesn't eventually subside." However, the insider suggested His Majesty could opt not to intervene in the hope the frenzy the Duke of Sussex sparks subsides over the coming weeks. Speaking to US Weekly, they said, "But equally Terry's a strong belief that the best form of getting even or negating the Sussexes is to continue to ignore them and not feed into their drama and incessant attention-seeking." The Duke of Sussex himself was asked whether he and Meghan Markle would be willing to renounce their titles as he embarked on a promotional tour ahead of the launch of his autobiography. Prince Harry told CNN anchor Anderson Cooper, "What difference would it make?" Conservative MP Bob Seely in December said he would be willing to table a proposal to change the 1917 Titles Deprivation Act. The act was devised under recommendations from King George V to address criticism about British title holders of German origin serving in enemy armies during World War I. The Duke of Albany, the Duke of Cumberland and Teviotdale, the Earl of Armagh and the Viscount of Cornwall lost their titles after the King granted royal assent to the act in 1919. Mr. Seely said, "There is a political issue. As well as trashing his family and monetizing his misery for public consumption, he is also attacking some important institutions in this country." And York Central's Labour MP Rachel Maskell has a bill currently going through the approval process in Parliament that would either grant His Majesty new powers to remove titles or allow a parliamentary committee to decide whether a title should be taken away. The late Queen gifted Prince Harry the Sussex title following his wedding with Meghan in May 2019. He also became the Earl of Dumbarton and Baron Kilkeel. Should the King opt to strip Harry and Meghan of their ducal titles, he would still remain a Prince of the United Kingdom. And the former American actress would be entitled to use the honorific title of Princess Henry. Prince Harry has already been sidelined from his role as Counselor of State last year as the King asked Parliament to allow for an expansion of the list of royals allowed to serve in the position. Princess Beatrice, Princess Anne and Prince Edward joined Queen Consort Camilla, the Prince of Wales, the Duke of Sussex and the Duke of York in the role. According to the former version of the Act, only the first four in the line of succession older than 21 would be able to take over the monarch's duties in the event of illness or absence. Prince Harry's position as a councillor came under question as the Act specifies only those regularly residing in the UK would be able to serve in the role. The Duke of Sussex has been living in North America with his family since November 2019, when he and Meghan Markle embarked on a 6-week break from royal duties. They later relocated to the Duchess' native California at the beginning of the coronavirus lockdown.